Find that be.
Hmm.
Just means more lore.
More and more lore. Yay. So we're going to go back a little bit of the two nights. So right after you guys had finished your uh your truth, your two truths and a lie, and everyone goes to sleep, you feel your body go slightly weightless as you are lifted up into a familiar landscape of papers and ruins. But this time, the ruins seem different. Give me a perception check. I should put my hair up for this.
22.
You notice that the ruins are exactly, if not identical, to the same ruins you had left when you first came into being.
Hey, a
It almost,
familiar sight.
yes, it's almost identical, but there's certain differences. There's a lot more gold, more sun and star memorabilia just scattered around. And you notice that where Neil is usually standing on is a uh, an altar, one you recognize very well. You also
The
notice
one
that
that I came out
yeah, you also notice that Neil is not around at the moment.
of. Well, that's gonna be confusing.
Definitely.
Hello?
Your voice echoes almost ethereally, and it's odd.
Hmm. Don't know how I feel about this. Neil! Are you here? Hello?
As the word Neil escapes your lips, it does not echo, but everything else you said echoes.
She's gonna pause. Be like, Neil. Just kind of say his name again to see if it echoes. And if it doesn't, she kind of just goes, that's weird.
It doesn't echo again. And you notice that the lights streaming in are usually a nice sort of like hazy glow of warmth. It's sort of when you look outside of the windows while you're sort of waiting for Neil, you notice that the outside doesn't have light. There's no lights outside.
Not even a star.
Not even a star. It seems
Damn.
it seems like it's a vast abyss of darkness, and the only light that is around is this ruined temple. There's nothing for miles. And then you sort
Okay.
of continue.
I was gonna say I'll probably have everybody look around, but if you've got something planned, you go and say it.
No, no, it's fine. I was just waiting if you were going to do something else.
Yeah, Everly probably would like go and look around to see if she can find someone or figure out what's going on because it's been a while since this has happened, and she doesn't remember it being this detailed.
Mm-hmm. Give me another perception roll since you're actively looking for something or
24.
anything.
I almost hit persuasion.
I almost persuaded nothing. Um, you notice that you see a almost like a bird bath sort of thing in the corner. It's like a basin, but it's with a pillar, so like bird bath esque. And you look into the reflection, and it's Neil
And she'll
staring
like
back
jump
at
away
you.
and then like peek back in. Like, am I seeing that right?
You see Neil.
Now she's just straight confused. She's like, wait a second, what is happening here? Neil?
Are you looking into the water glass?
Yeah, as she like says his name because it's like, my Neil?
Yes.
Hi. Okay, not as weird. Okay, this. Okay, what is going on? I am very confused.
It's just repeating what you're saying.
Okay.
I, as God, am just going to mention something just because, I feel like you're going to need a little help. Do you remember?
Yeah, because my brain's over here like, what is happening?
Do you remember what happened to Lisa, the one who wanted to die and not be part of the campaign anymore?
Yes, turned into a very special type of stone. Hold on, I can pull it up. A type of philosopher's stone uh, that usually would help a soul to be reborn. I've got my notes.
Mm-hmm. What did you see in a dream sequence to Neil?
Him ripping his soul out and shoving it into a book.
What happened to the body?
No idea. I don't, that part I don't remember honestly. I just remember hearing he ripped his soul out and just shoved it into the book. And
Nothing
it's
had
just like,
happened to his body, and when you found the book, no body. What do you think happened? What do you think happened?
for some reason my brain wants to be like, oh my god, he's the amulet. It's why I can't remove it.
No, no.
And then the second thing, it's like, please don't tell me I am in his body.
You remember how I said you came out of a dilapidated temple with bodies strewn about?
With what?
In your where you came out of, the temple
Yeah.
was dilapidated. There was bodies and clothes strewn about. Some of them were of
Yes.
religious figures, some of them were basic warriors. And the vision you saw, just to give some context, is Neil ripped out his soul from his body. His soul could not become a philosopher's stone. What he was standing on was an altar. His body became ash and turned into the formations of your crystal, which hid away the temple.
Oh.
So there's two versions of the temple, one that's been pulled from reality, from being able to be seen or exist, and the other one that exists out here. And as Everly slowly comes to this realization, Neil, the soul, appears. Hello, child. She's more put
She's going
together
to
now.
jump because again, she was by herself for a bit and she was confused for a while. So all of a sudden, hearing a voice by her, that would 100% scare the shit out of her. So she just goes, ah! Jumps and turns and sees Neil and is like, don't do that!
You see Neil as when he was ripping his soul out of his body, a pained expression on his face while his eyes are void of any life or color. He's just there. So you saw.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, people used to be here. People used to worship. I saw that thing in the dream that you guys shared.
The the god that is trying to be Rose, risen, Rose. Why is Common so confused?
I don't know, child, but I could tell you one thing. It wasn't just one god.
Sorry, what?
Divinity has separate places. As you know, there should be 12 gods, so to speak. Let me just make sure the DM is making saying this correctly because the DM could be wrong.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fucking shite if this was on my phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was wrong. I was wrong. The DM was wrong. There's 15. There's 15 gods. There's 15 gods in total, and they're each their own form of divinity. One of those gods is the one we follow, which its name has faded into obscurity. Not even I can remember my patron's face or name. No one can. But they're all inside of that thing, some fading faster than others. Once there was 15, now is a measly 4, but their powers are each still separate and there.
Huh.
There's not there's not much good left in the world. Is there?
Mm, I think it kind of depends on who you talk to. For me, I've seen a lot of good still left. There's Asheville, the friends I've made, and shit, even the time I got kidnapped, they're still good.
In the hearts of humans, most likely. For those who still hold out hope, but for those who don't, darkness takes over. I am the last bit of good, along with this temple that stands. After I saw that thing, I remembered why I'm here to protect this. And it will be your turn.
Wait,
Have you realized yet what I am?
nope.
I'm like you, my child.
You were once a champion. You know, that makes so much more sense.
The sort of like flat tone of like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
just, just so, no, just, it's not like because it was flat, it's just my brain went, that makes so much more sense.
Why
It's like,
he's still so
yeah,
persistent?
listen, I just thought he was just a really good follower of the religion, and so and that's why he knew all this information. And it was just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hearing he's a champion, it's like that makes way more sense.
He was so devout he became God, clearly. That's why his soul is
Duh.
trapped in a book.
I didn't have an answer for that one.
Hmm.
I kind of feel dumb now. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't worry about it.
He's a champion. Ah.
The semi
Hey, it
flat.
works.
Honestly, if you ever do clip that after like this like one recording is done like putting up, you have to clip that like flat tone of like, oh, this makes sense now. This is gonna be so funny.
I definitely will. I will definitely get that.
No, definitely.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah, so Neil sort of just chuckles at like your finally realization. I am fading, child. My consciousness in this place is fading. The book of Neil, I guess now, is the last vestige of me. That book will probably persist for eternity. I don't know. But my consciousness as Neil, the slayer of evil, as I was called, will dissipate. This may be the last time I am able to talk to you. You can come here whenever you like, as long as you hold out hope and don't fall into despair. This is what was once called the Sanctuary of Rebirth. This temple. Are you okay, my child?
Uh, yeah, sorry. Just a lot of processing. A lot has happened in the last few days. Adding this on top of everything, it's just. I'm just going through the motions, man.
You'll be able to take off the pendant now.
Forgot I still had this on. I'll be completely honest. I haven't been able to remove it in such a while, I kind of just forgot it was on me. I'm not even gonna lie.
That happens to all of us.
But, like, out of character, no, I dead ass forgot it existed. And then as I went through my notes, I was like, oh yeah, she has this amulet. She
And
can't take off.
take it
Because she's
off.
just been wearing it.
Yep, no one's questioned it.
We were questioning it for, like, the beginning part of for the beginning part of this whole campaign, and then we just completely forgot about it.
Other shit happened. Y'all faced some weird shit besides multiple shopping episodes.
Shopping.
Hmm. Yes, you can visit this place, and maybe when you get stronger, you can bring your friends here.
When I get stronger, I could what?
You can bring your friends here, hopefully.
Maybe.
Hmm. This will most likely be the last time I'll ever speak or see you, dear child.
Although it hurts to have to say goodbye, one, it's understandable why it's happening like this, but I thank you just for everything, for
Hmm.
all the help that you have given me through the 4 months of my existence.
Honestly, I wish it could have been longer, but I didn't have much strength left. The strength I did
Yeah.
have, I took you all away from that place.
Yeah. I do have one last question if you have an answer to it.
I'll try to answer it if I can.
Lexi brought up some stuff that her crew, gang, that's fine, I don't know what they are. Her little group of friends.
Mafia family, I think is what
Yeah,
they are.
that
Hmm.
they mentioned they mentioned how a lot of what is left and corrupted of the religion has been concentrated over the middle of a lake, pretty much. The northern middle of the northern part of the lake. Is it possible that it's another place that only I can see, kind of like the temple? And she gestures vaguely to the temple that they're in. Because the moment I held Lily's hand or Kane's hand, they were able to see it. Is it possible because they are part of that ever after religion, there is still a place as like a quote unquote sanctuary that they've been hiding in?
This sanctuary is where most of us champions originate from, where our souls are forged in the bellows. And he sort of points to the altar, which is more reminiscent of an actual forge than an altar that you would put a sacrifice on, but still very similar in shape. Sorry, I just got a message from my parents. I'm just responding really quickly.
Yep, you're good. No, my brain is just kind of like I'm still like thinking like, is there still a similar kind of place there, and that's why it's like in the middle of a goddamn lake.
Mm. Uh, this place is more of divinity, if that makes sense, in a way. We are semi pulled from fabric of time. This is more of the divinity that was pulled from that temple, which was built off of us, the champions. Only champions can exit and enter and create a home. The dead, or those who want to die, can also enter, but their bodies are left, never to be found or remembered, except those known by the champions. For there to be a lake, it could be that the generations of where that building once was have submerged itself in a lake, and the followers made a way to breathe under it. I'm not quite sure. There should only be one temple like this at a time, or multiple depending on how you see fit.
Okay, so that cuts out my main theory of it just being another building like this.
There are many structures around the world that we have created that cannot be seen by others, only by ourselves, to protect us or to protect those in secret.
She'll kind of like nod her head just thoughtfully, like, okay. Do we do we happen to know where the others used to be or are possibly still located? Or
There,
were they all destroyed over time?
my sense is that they were all destroyed by time, the god, not literal time. But structures made by us are not seen by gods or mortals often. We sort of exist as a way to bring some form of balance that the world needs, be it by bringing back more hope, shining lights on those who need it, or being a literal beacon of hope. Your friend came. was it? Calls you glow stick.
Don't remind me.
But that's a form of light, isn't it?
Calls me that because I'll just randomly start glowing. That's the thing. I
Maybe
don't
there's a
know what a
backup.
glow stick even is.
Neither do I, but I imagine it gives off light, and when all
Keyword
things,
glow. Yeah.
since all things seem hopeless to everyone around, you bring light. Or so I assume that's what you're doing.
I'll be honest, I don't even know. Just the main times it happens were when I was in here, the time I got kidnapped. I think there were some other times, but those are like the main two. Just or at the beginning when I first put the amulet on, that I started glowing like a light bug. Just
The amulet is more of a status symbol, I would like to say, for us champions, and it gives us a mild protection for a little bit, but not often. It's just sort of there as, hey, I'm a champion. Give me a
uh,
perception check on the amulet, please.
perception. 25. Damn, I'm doing good today.
You're doing so well. Watch next session and you just start rolling shit.
It's just gonna be just absolute shit. And everyone's gonna be like, Everly, what's going on? Listen, I had a lot happen.
Hmm. You notice that there's the runes of the Ever After language just appearing, and it's literally is like, I am a champion. Respect me. And it seems whoever made it had a very pompous personality.
Yes, the person who made it very pompous, had a big ego, and then there's Everly just like, can I take this off? Like, I don't need everyone to know that like I'm a champion. If they respect me, it's because I was me, not because of a status.
It was because I was mean, not because of a status. You've been spending too much time with Alexi.
Yeah,
Hmm.
probably. I need to spend more time with Veermon. That's what I need to do. Or Ruggy. I like Ruggy.
Yeah. Also, I think that child named Draghi is is missing a few things memory wise. The book of Neil does not like his memory loss.
I mean, I don't think I would like memory loss either if I had any.
Uh, more like his mind is scattered. He cannot quite remember things. I think he's losing trust for you guys as well.
You think so?
He looks more distant than before.
Guess I never really noticed it. Yikes, that's my bad.
You haven't
It was
lived
just
long enough. Despite looking like a 28-year-old, you're still just a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. And technicalities. Yep, I'm still technically a baby.
I was 5 when I almost destroyed the temple, so you're doing better than me.
Wait,
You
you
listen.
almost destroyed the temple?
Yeah. You see that hole in the ceiling there?
I just. Yeah?
I made that eons ago. We
Oh,
patched it up. We patched it up with wood because we didn't have enough of our marble, like stone. I destroyed that because I didn't have control of my powers.
I. I just thought that was a design thing.
It might have turned into a design later on, but no.
I mean, from different temples and churches I've seen, just put some stained glass up there and it'll look dope.
Maybe you can change it. Child, it's time for you to go back. Next time you come here, you will be here physically. I wish you the best. Everly, champion of hope.
Thank you again, Neil, for everything.
Thank
Even
you.
when your book form is very sassy.
I have no control over that one. That one is its own person now. Honestly, builded a body, it could be a person.
Honestly, it could. made Either way, it still made for some good laughs.
Mm.
The book flipped Liam off, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Ah, yes, I do not like other paladins. I think that just sort of persisted. Or paladin-esque types. Always copying. Tisk tisk. And Neil sort of just fades into shimmering cosmic dust, and it smears out through the window, giving the effect of stars as they dwindle away into nothingness. So, you know that weird spell that like is called Create Mansion? I think that's what the spell's name is.
Great mansion?
Yeah, I think that's
What?
what the spell's name is. Hold on. Creation. D&D. Spell? I believe it's a spell. Uh, I think it's called Magnificent Mansion.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, and it seems to make sense to my tiny little monkey brain.
I remember hearing it called like uh create mansion creation or something like that, creation mansion, and it's similar to this where you can cast this and um you create a portal of your design, like a doorway, and it has to be melded to a wall or something, and you can create this temple and you can change the temple's shape inside as you wish, however you want it to look like inside. You can
Beyond the
keep it the
portal is a magnificent foyer with numerous chambers beyond. The atmosphere is clean, fresh, and warm. You can create any floor plan you like, but the space cannot exceed 50 cubes, each cube being 10 feet on each side.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep,
furnished and decorated as you choose, and yada yada. Yeah,
yep,
so it's Magnificent Mansion.
yep. We're not calling it Magnificent Mansion. I don't like that name. That name sucks. Why is it called Magnificent Mansion? Why isn't it just like Magic Mansion or like Magic Door? But you can name
Because
the
there's
spell.
already a magic door spell.
I didn't know
And
that.
also because and also because there are magical doors.
That's
Like
also
hello,
fair.
we messed with a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
My
was
bad.
it? Is it called magic door? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know it's one that my bard character had.
Dumb Magic Door.
Dimension door. That's what it was. That's the
That's the
magic
one.
door.
I guess. But you can name this spell whatever you see fit, but it's basically the the attributes of this spell.
Yeah, just under a different name because fuck that name.
Fuck that name. I don't like that name. But also mostly because this one is only available to your
Bards and
specific
wizards.
ability. No. This like the classes for this one is no longer bards and wizards in this world. Bards and wizards can't create this particular one because this one is belonging to the ever after religion. Your like
Oh.
yeah. So this one is specifically for your classification. If you want to make it for like paladins of this religion or clerics or like whatever specific like class you want for this religion, they could use this spell for a safe haven once they reach level 10. I'm specifically making this a level 10 like space where you can invite other people, but you yourself can go in it whenever. Nobody else can see this.
Gotcha.
Yep. So you can cast this spell by seventh level, you specifically the player, but they have to be at level 10 to be able to let other people inside,
I
which
mean,
I think is fair.
yeah. Okay. So, are we still leaving it as a seventh level spell? Is
For
my question.
you, yes, it's like a seventh level spell for for you to cast it, basically.
Okay.
Because the threshold for this one, it seems you have to be level 7 to even be able to
Yeah.
wield it. So that's like my threshold point. You have to be past that point, which you are. You're level 8. You can cast this spell willy-nilly, motherfucker. But only you can enter it until you reach level 10. Which I feel like that's a fair basis. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, my brain is like, when do I get level 7 spell?
as as we got done with that, as Neil dissipates and fades into the abyss, this is yours now. You notice
Okay.
as
Sorry. I don't gain a 7th level spell until level 13.
you don't gain one until level 13.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
This is
just
your
looked.
first level 7 spell. Enjoy.
Wow. Okay. My brain was over here like, wait a second, hold on.
Most
Rewind a little bit.
Mostly because you can't use upper class spells until you're level 10 to let your friends in.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could use this by level 7. This is like a level entry spell just for you. Like if you want to leave your friends and peace out, you could just put your hand on a tree or like a smooth surface, go inside, they won't see you go inside. You'll just disappear to them mid
Just
combat.
leans against a mountain, looks at an enemy. You know what? I think I'm
Peace.
good. Peace out. Falls through
And,
the wall.
and goes into your like little dimension home. You can get food, you can get like different stuff. You can't make weapons though. I think that's a little but you can leave your weapons inside. But yeah, as your as Neil fades, so does your vision of this place. You feel yourself go back into the center of your body as you slowly wake from sleep. What do you try to do?
Honestly, don't know. I just want to cry because it's like, damn, Neil has been here for so long and now he's just gone. It's just like, I hug the book. Fuck it. Just kind of give the book like one last hug. Like, just you'll always be remembered.
You notice that the Book of Neil is just literally now named instead of Neil, and it just on the book is now Book of Neil.
They
You
always
can
say
still
Book of Neil though.
right? You say the full name. You don't just say you don't just say Neil. You say the full legal name. It knows it's in trouble.
The Book of Neil. Fuck.
I imagine. Have you seen those like tiny, like really nicely decorated books? Like they're hold on, mini. I think that's the right word. Mini. Book. My name was no spelled mini wrong. I don't want mini. I want tiny. Tiny might be the right word.
I'm gonna remove the whole servant section.
Yeah, you don't get servants. I'm sorry. I think that's one thing you won't get. You can get food, like since your whole thing is like cleric sort of deal, like very priest deal. You just have to make it all yourself in a sense. But you can find ready-made food all the time, so you don't usually have to make it yourself.
It just sorry, I just had the funniest thought. Just it's just hey, so we can get better living arrangements than the carriage if you guys want to get rid of it at any point. Because I can do something cool now. And it's just like, I can just being like, I don't know how I feel about this. I can get an unlimited supply of banshees. The banshees. Why
Breath.
can I not remember? Thank you. The banshees
Hmm.
is just, I can get you an unlimited supply of banshees wrath.
You've got my attention. I imagine that it's like a small book that can like fit on the palm of your hand when it's open. God, I'm trying to find like an actual book.
He's so little.
He's just
Here,
a tinier version of like a really nice design. Hold on, I'm trying to find a book I like size wise. Okay, okay, I think I found the picture. Okay, let me just share my screen because I think I found like right here. I imagine that it's this top book size, but a little smaller. So I'm literally looking.
So you mean something like this?
You have a picture? Something like that, yeah. I feel like
It's
that's
just
what the Book of Neil is now. Instead of like a massive um huge ass book that you have to place on a like lectern, it's just like
yeah.
it's just a mini book now of containing a very small soul that's been fragile for so long. That is the Book
Saying
of
Neil
Neil.
sucks.
This Neil is silly. This Neil is more like you. It's more like a sassy version of you with attitude problems and not very liking of seeing things die or gory. It just wants everything to be semi chaotic, semi good. It just wants to vibe, you know? Make fun of
It just
things.
vibe with life.
Precisely. It wants to make fun of everything and be a total prick about it, but it wants it to
It's a mix
exist.
of Neil and Everly.
Precisely.
Just that sassier side of Neil. Just he never really showed it, but the book is like, nah, I'm gonna take that and express it for you.
Besides hating like copycats, I feel like that's one of the book's things. There's never going to be another like me. Why do you have my aesthetic? Fuck off! Is what I imagine Neil being like. I
Yes.
only exist once. Hmm. But yes, Neil is now gone. You can take off the amulet if you like and
I
wrap it
think for
around.
now she'll just kind of like leave it on, just kind of like as a reminder, another reminder of Neil, because she got it the same time she got the book, so it's just like I'm keeping you, but I'm putting you under like just like shoves it into her shirt where it's like you cannot be seen. No
You
more
now know
symbols.
the now
Not
you know what
allowed.
it means. Now you know what it means. You could
That thing was funny as
also
hell.
Hey, yeah. You could also like wrap the like necklace around the Book of Neil and it will just fuse together to make a nice bookmark. Or you could just melt down the amulet and turn it into a key and then give it to the Book of Neil so it has a key so it can get a magical padlock. So this way it can forcibly close its book on other people and nobody can open it. It has its own
Except
room,
Everly.
right?
Just
It
just
has its
only
own room.
Everly can open it, being like just gives the book a look and it's just like fine.
Okay, mom. Eh. But I think the Book of Neil that you have now, without like other Neil, can like store a crap ton of information. I imagine this Book of Neil can be a library of sorts and just sort of hold infinite amount of information. As long as the book body isn't damaged and it just grows like a normal living thing, this book will exist forever.
Sorry. I'm like trying to grab like the image that I sent you of the now Book of Neil, and I'm just pasting it as the prayer book and calling it the Book of Neil.
The prayer book, Book of Neil. God,
I cannot spell his name. My life depended on it, apparently.
bro, don't even get me started. I kept spelling Liam's name wrong. I'm like, this is fine.
Lame.
I thought I spelt it right because I was like, I got it right the first time. And then I just hit enter. And I was like, yeah, this is fine. I'm rushing. I gotta finish this. My brain is like on overdrive. I gotta keep speaking because this is making sense. And then my brain's
And
just like,
everybody, lime.
I had to re-look at it and I was like, no, 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 no. I just like looking at books, like really old books. They just look fun. That means the Book of Neil gets two charms.
Yeah, to say, he already has a bookmark.
Yeah, but he can get another one. You can never have enough bookmarks in a book. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's just
One,
she has like the charm of protection with it. Like, nope, you're my buddy now. You can't die on me. And it's just like
hmm
here he is dying on her, and she's just like, God damn it.
I imagine the Book of Neil, instead of it looking like a proper bookmark, is like inside the spine and is like overly protective of it, so no one can rip it out unless they break the book spine on purpose. So it's just hidden. It doesn't look like he has a bookmark at all. It's just a hidden like charm, and it's like mine.
I'd actually like that a lot. That way, just at some point, if Everly decides she doesn't want to wear the amulet anymore, she could just be like, "This is yours. You keep that. I don't want it."
And he just turns that into the bookmark. I do like the idea that he has like a bookmark key. Hold on, have Princess of Moonacre. Prince
I forget what did you. What was his official champion name?
Acre. Um,
Because for some reason my brain went champion of destroyers, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that was not what his title was.
no. I'll have to look through the video because I know it's near the end anyway. Let me just stop the recording and look through that now.
Yeah.